Okay, recording.
Okay, awesome. Hello. In a unusual time, it's 8 a.m. UTC, which is not that early for Europe because it's, I mean, in Poland it's 10 a.m. so it's pretty fine. But for states it's probably impossible to join. I hope you will guys enjoy the recording, whoever is watching us in a few hours. Before we jump into agenda, we have new faces. I hope it's because we enabled those people to join us because of the different time zone of the meeting. So Paul, hey man.
Hey, and yes, certainly. Normally this meeting's like 3 a.m. my time. So as much as I like your project, I'm not getting up at 3 a.m. to join the call. So this works for me. I look forward to them when they're this time again.
Awesome. For sure, for a few meetings, we're gonna try out this shift of the time of the meeting, and let's see if we are gonna regularly have visitors at 10 a.m. I'm super happy to also meet at 10 a.m. instead of 6 p.m. And Vijay, you joined us. I think it's at least for me, it's the first time I see your name in the community. Would you like to say something?
Yeah, I've just joined in maybe 2 weeks ago into the Slack channel, and I'm closely following AsyncAPI development. And there's a few presentations that happened last month or so, and one of the solution designer forwarded the presentation to me to have a look about AsyncAPI and how even driven architecture or how to define standards and things like that. So yeah, I'm fairly new to this. Yeah, I'm based in Australia, Melbourne. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So welcome.
I work for a bank.
Have fun.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah.
So we have another person from Australia. Awesome.
Oh, you have two, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So Paul is also from Australia.
Oh, Paul. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Hi, Vijay. I'm in Sydney.
Are you? Okay. Sure. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. A bit spread apart, but yeah, it's East Coast. It's fun. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna jump to screen sharing to show the agenda for today, and let me know whenever, because I think I'm having some delay with audio, so kind of ping me somehow if you get me lost in on the wire somewhere. So yeah, let me start sharing screen. But Fran, you have to give me back again the rights to do it.
You're now host again.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. You're so kind. Sometimes. Not this one. Let me stop sharing. Can you see, what screen can you see? Can you see the GitHub issue?
Yeah.
Yes.
So where are you based, by the way? Sorry, just want to ask. Is it a okay time for you? Lucas?
So for me, it's I'm based in Poland. So for me, it's 10 a.m.
Yeah.
10 a.m. Sure.
Same for me, but I'm in Barcelona.
Barcelona. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. It's not too bad time then. Yeah. Nice.
No. It's not too early. Not too late.
Not too early. Not too early. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. It's good.
So we have 3 items in the agenda today, even though you can see 2, but I didn't have time before meeting to add the third one from Paul that is in the comment section. So 3 topics. One is was added by me regarding the disabled hooks flag in the generator. But that's one thing. The other one is Fran, did you want to say something? Can you hear me?
It might be me. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you, Lucas.
Okay, cool. Sorry, it's the connection today is pretty lame. And the third one is from Paul, the question about the support for dead letter Q in the spec. So I would say let's unless someone from the group is here for a specific topic and just want to focus on this one and leave the meeting, then let me know. Then we're gonna start with the topic that is more convenient for you. But if you're here for the entire meeting, let's just go one by one. So what's your stand here?
No, I'm fine for the whole meeting, so whatever.
Okay, cool. So the regarding the disabled hooks, so we don't have today on the meeting many contributors to the generator, so I'm just going to be pretty quick. And yeah, I hope you watch the recording and can later on Slack let me know what you think. So I'm currently working on the feature or refactoring of the hooks functionality. Just to let me show you something. At the moment, one of the functionalities we have in the CLI and in the library is that you can disable particular hook in the generator, but it's not hook itself like a single function that will be disabled with this flag, but it's about disabling all the hooks of a given name. Because before, when we were talking about hooks, we only had one type, one name of the hook, which was generate after. These were a set of functions that you could write on your own for your code generator template. And those functions were always triggered by the generator at the end of the generation. But we introduced new hooks like generate before and others already. So during the refactoring, I kind of noticed that there's we need to shift a bit naming in the hooks. So because we have generate before, generate after, etc. So we should rather call those like type, hook type. And the name is something that we will, most of us will have to provide in the hooks, like for the function names. So the hook name will be at the end function name. And my question was here, I think that's already, Semen already in the comments said that he's also agreeing to do it in a separate issue, but would be awesome if later on, after watching the video, you could share your opinion here, if we should maybe deprecate this disable hook flag and just have like deprecate the functionality of it. So instead of disabling the whole type of the hook, maybe it would be much better for the author of the template to disable only a specific hook by the name, so only a specific function instead of the set of functions. Or maybe we should support both. So being able to disable a given set of functions or just a particular function, you would have just two different flags for it.
One thing that I will do here is I will rename this flag to become disable, sorry, to become disable hooks in plural. And then it will disable all the hooks of a specific type. right? So it will be disable hooks, hook type, right? And then create another option with the same name, disable hook, with the current name, that will take in a hook name, you know, and it will disable a hook by the name. You know what I mean? So, so we have both. You know, I'm not sure if I explained myself correctly, but
yeah, but you would do it in a single flag, like for example with params, that you say disable hook, and then you would say disable hook, and then for example type equals something or name equals something.
no. So the different params. So you will create
Okay.
one in singular, disable hook, and another one in plural, disable hooks, right? And the plural will be taking a hook type instead of a hook name.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be clear. But anyway, but the most important is that we agree on that we should have both. So we should be able to disable a set of hooks and a single hook.
Yeah, I think the thing is that I see value in disabling generate after in some cases, right? For instance, the generate after hooks, and sometime create new files and do certain things with files, and I may not want them to do it, right? Like I probably just want to generate whatever it's the outcome of the template, and that's it. Don't touch it, because for instance, I'm using the library. I'm using generator as a library instead of as a CLI, and there are no files. I'm just getting the output as a string. So things like this, right? So I would like to disable a complete set of hooks, so it doesn't give me problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for sure, I will just leave the functionality that we have right now, but we'll just rename it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then add the new one, which will disable specific hook by the name, of course.
Mm-hmm. Then I'm gonna I'm not gonna do it with this PR because it's gonna then the PR will grow and we'll simply after this meeting create a follow-up ticket issue with all the details. Then.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, back to the agenda. Let me check participants list because I got a message from Michal from the Kima project that if I'm able to delay the topic of AsyncAPI React at the end. So I don't see him in the waiting room yet. So maybe let's just skip to topic from Paul, and then we'll go back to AsyncAPI React component. And if Michal is not here, I'm just gonna share what he discussed with me. So, Paul, would you like to share some more details here?
Sure. So, as you know, I'm always thinking about unhappy path. I'm a happy guy, I tell you. But I wondered if thought had been given to enabling the consumer to know what the dead letter queue had been defined for a particular topic or event. Obviously, if the consumer is trying to keep strict ordering, which we've now put the FIFO flag into, certainly for SQS, it would be good for it to know that there was a dead letter queue existed, where it was, and then it could make a choice whether it checked that before moving on to other events. So I just wondered if that had been brought up before and what the consensus was.
I know that it was brought up before. So, but I'm not sure if Fran, you want to jump in, or I should just provide the answer.
Yeah, I think that I like the idea behind having dead letter queue on the AsyncAPI definition. My question about it is more about it's more about protocols which don't support dead letter queues or systems, because it's not really protocol related. It's more broker related or product related, right? So I'm wondering if this will go into an extension yet again, Paul. Sorry for that, but but yeah, I'm wondering because I'm trying to think like imagine that we have. I think I'm not sure what I'm gonna say here, but imagine that this is true. So Mosquito broker and MQTT protocol, right? So certain brokers have dead letter queues, like RoutingQ, for instance, for MQTT, I mean. But maybe Mosquito doesn't have. I'm not sure. Again, probably they do. But let's say that it's a super simple MQTT broker, and it doesn't have dead letter queues or dead letter topics. Let's say. So in this case, the protocol is MQTT, and it doesn't have dead letter queue. In the case of RabbitMQ with MQTT, it has dead letter queues. So we cannot base this on the protocol. So then we cannot put this information in the bindings, right? Again, I'll have to check, but for sure this is something that that probably is not so much related to the protocol, but to the products or to the brokers. And yeah, so I think, yeah, I'm thinking where we could place this information in the AsyncAPI document, and definitely I don't think it's a binding. We can probably put it outside bindings, like where do you see this living? By the way, Paul, like where inside the spec? Have you thought about it? Like,
well, it's kind of interesting, right? Because as you say, not every protocol going to support it. Even protocols which don't natively. So let's say Kafka, right? You could it's append only, but you can still have another topic which acts as a dead letter queue. So I think that's the really interesting part, because then you start to enrich what the base protocol supports. But yeah, I agree. It probably doesn't fit in the binding, doesn't fit in the protocol. I'm happy to look at putting it in extension if that helps, if it doesn't fit anywhere else.
Sorry, say again. I'm losing you from time to time. There's
okay, sorry.
The connection is super unstable today. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I don't see it going in the binding, but I can work on putting it in an extension if that helps.
Yeah, I think, I mean, as always, the extension to me is the safest place to put these things, right? Because then we can experiment moving them around in the spec and see how they fit. And as they evolve, we can consider adding them into the main spec, right? But is this something that you will configure at channel level or at message level? Because this is something really.
Yeah, it's got to be channel, I think, rather than message.
Yeah, I was thinking on channel as well, but if I'm not mistaken, I think I think it was configurable per message, right? In some brokers, like you can choose where do you want it to go in case it dies, right? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's a good point.
Anyway, we can probably have it in two places, like, and then it's just a matter of depending on the product you're using, it works in a way or another, right? But and probably at message level, it's not something really special. It's just a header or a property of the message. So yeah, so it's not that bad. It's actually already possible at message level.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Why don't I look into it then, and I'll kick some information up onto Slack to discuss further.
Awesome. Well, yeah, if you can just bootstrap a basic version of it as an extension, maybe, or even if it's not an extension, maybe just an example or how you see it working, and then we can just discuss over this. And yeah, I think this is interesting.
Sure. Yeah, I think once the tools start to pick up on it as well, it'd be kind of interesting for the enterprise view to actually understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great. Action on me.
Thanks, man.
And from my side, I would just add that also consider maybe creating a official also issue in AsyncAPI repo. Because especially in this topic, I know that there were some discussions, but most of the discussions about that letter Q, they're happening in Slack, where we're using the free version of Slack. So after some time, messages are just deleted. We don't yet back up them. And here we have also discussion on Zoom. So basically have no record of any previous discussions anywhere. So maybe also consider adding issue on AsyncAPI repo, because then more people will also notice. Not everyone are on Slack, not everyone are on our meetings. And I noticed that actually AsyncAPI repo is followed by many people, and they kind of engage in every issue there. So yeah, take it also into consideration.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sure, not a problem.
Yep. Okay, so third topic. I see we have Michal in waiting room. I'm just wondering if we should let him in or not. But I mean, yeah, he's kind of nice sometimes. Rarely, but maybe this time he would be. I'm letting him in. Hello, Michal, can you hear us? Just me.
Yeah, it's breaking a bit, but yeah, we're back online. Yeah.
Hello, Michal.
No, connection is super unstable today. I don't know. I'm recording on my computer, and I don't know the result of this recording is going to be.
Yeah. Okay, so okay, he wrote to me that he was kicked out. I didn't kick him out. I really let him in. Let me let him in again. Excuse me. Okay, Michal, can you hear us now?
He's connecting still, I think. Okay, no. Yeah, so he now has audio. He's mute.
Hello.
Okay, now, yeah.
Is my time?
No, it was never your time.
Okay, so thank you, bye.
Hello, Michal. So yeah, now it's time for the topic. So let me just do the intro, and if you have something more to add, something smarter than I said, then you can do it. The last topic on the agenda today is the AsyncAPI React code ownership. So not sure how many people noticed, but in the past, when the React component was created by Kima team, it was donated to the AsyncAPI organization with the approach that the Kima guys that donated it were always like the main gatekeepers for changes, etc. So today's meeting is to clarify this code ownership, that it's now changed into the approach that they are not the only code owners in the project anymore, and it's a regular AsyncAPI project that will be developed together. And Michal, stage is yours if you would like to add something.
Oh, I think you had everything what I'd like to say. So we really think that we should unblock the project because recently we, for example, didn't have that much time to work on that. So we decided that will be better when the community will be responsible for that than only the particular persons from Kima. So it's better for the project, I think. I hope. So. And we will also, we still will work on that when we really need something. So it's not like that we abandon the project. We rather would like to open it for everyone and clearly open. Yep.
Yeah, and it's important to note that you're not abandoning it because like Maciej, that was a core contributor, he's still there in the code owners and will support the code review of the pull requests.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michal.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
So today's terrible meeting because of the connectivity issue is almost done. So 3 topics we had in the agenda were tackled. Yeah. Q&A time. Anyone has any questions, open topics that were not in the agenda? We still have time to discuss them. Anything you would like to discuss now?
Nothing from my side. I think I still need to catch up on my knowledge base first. Cool. Nothing from my side. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, man.
All good from my side.
Yep, same for me. All good.
Yeah, that's a terrible meeting. Of the connectivity, of course, not because of, of the
I'm wondering if it's gonna be like this every time we do it in the morning.
I hope it's not.
And I would like to greet. I hope that Jake that joined us before we started recording is watching this recording. So I'd like to greet him because he was our Zoom bomber.
First one.
Thanks for joining the meeting as well, dude.
Yeah, we should finish the meeting by saying we all saying like nigger, 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 nigger.
I'll get fired.
Cool.
But unfortunately, we'll probably have to do the waiting room like we did with Michal now. So yeah, Jake, you spoiled our meetings, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Initially, yeah. It's, I mean, yeah. The chat definitely.
So
did.
Yeah.
Just for context of the recording, what I just said about nigger, 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 for those watching the recording, not watching the chat. that's what the guy puts in the chat. I'm just saying this in case someone watches out of context.
The chat, yeah. Cool. No. Cool.
Okay, so thanks a lot again, guys, for joining, and see you next time in 2 weeks. But this time 6 p.m. again. Poland time.
See you guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Take care.
Thanks, guys. See you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.